Now here's a look at some cool hopped up vehicles that I've personally modified just to have fun and to show you what you can do with the hobby. Here we have a Savage XL that is pretty much box stock except for the addition of the tracks and skis. So we can have a lot of fun in the winter and we don't have to worry about getting stuck. Now you could go and outfit this truck with four-wheel tracks, but I decided, hey, why not make it look like a real snow machine and put skis on the front. It'll help with the turning, and I also removed the front drive shafts because you're not going to be needing them with the skis. And the tracks, well, they're pretty cool, and there's a lot of engineering that went into them. Now you guys at home may be asking, Ryan, why a nitro? Well, I'm still a nitro guy. I still like it. But there's also another thing. LiPo batteries don't like getting cold. Yes, a nitro motor may be a bit finicky to tune, but it'll always have the power all the way through. So that's why I threw these tracks on a Savage XL, because it sounds neat and it's going to rip and throw snow everywhere you go. If you look at these tracks, there's quite a bit of cool ingenuity that went into them. They've even got shocks in the back, so when you go up on an angle, they will tilt a little bit, and it doesn't allow them to rotate, so if your wheels do come off the ground, they're not going to spin around on themselves. And these little fingers here, when you rotate them, if you look, they actually grab, which is pretty good for traction. Even if you do hit a little bit of a hard spot with a little bit of ice, they should still work fine. Now that we've taken a look at this, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my pretty hopped up Wraith. My Wraith started out as a ready to run, and it just wasn't doing it for me. Of course, right? Well, what I did is I got a hold of my buddy Steve down at Vanquish, and we got some pretty cool accessories. We're sporting the titanium link kit from Vanquish, which is pretty tough. We got steel MIP drive shafts. We've got RC four-wheel drive diff covers, because I wanted them to look like ARB axle covers. And we got his lockouts on the rear. We got the Vanquish 4-link mount. We're running some pretty cool G-made piggyback shocks. And in the front end, we've also got that titanium steering link. We got a chassis mounted servo kit from Vanquish as well. And we threw the panhard on there so we don't get as much axle steer when we're articulating our suspension. If you look at these rims, they're pretty cool. And the reason why I chose the colors is so it matches the body and the rest of the hop-ups we did. These are also a Vanquish rim, and you build them by the pieces. It's about a 4-piece rim, plus your beadlock ring, and you can choose any offset you want, so you can use them on any vehicle. For an extra added scaled touch, I wanted the look of real lug nuts. So what I did is I went ahead and installed some set screws and put some nuts on it, so it looks like it's actually bolted on the rim like that. With the Vanquish rims, that is how they are held on, because the hub just bolts on the axle, and then you go ahead and bolt your rim to the hub. The nice part about these is you get quite a bit of steering out of them as well. Because this truck looks pretty cool, we had to throw the power in it so it'll be really cool. It's got a Mama Monster, and I'm probably going to run a 6L LiPo in it when we get around to it. Will the drive line hold? Yes, because it's all steel Robinson Racing, and I'm running chrome Ollie CVDs from Vanquish up front. As well as, I threw a light kit in it so we can drive it at night. It's got an RC four-wheel drive light bar, and it's got the stock axial lights in the headlight position of the Jeep body. Well, this paint job looks pretty darn cool. You can even do it yourself, it's not that hard. All I did first was I masked out the whole body and cut out the flames. I went ahead and sprayed some metallic in there just to give it the light look of a ghost flame. I then went ahead and sprayed the whole body with a candy red, and I had my plastic bag ready, and I dabbed the whole body to mush up the paint. But I wanted the roof to pop a little bit more. I did some light airbrushing with some stencils to give it a little bit of skull and flame look, just to make it look extra mean. And then I did the same process, laid the red, and then I laid the blue. It looks really good, and it matches all the colors of my hop-ups, just to accent it all. And if you want to see how I did it, you can look it up on RCTV's YouTube page, X10 Productions 428 on YouTube. Go ahead and check out my videos and start painting your own bodies. These are my two favorite dream machines that I've built here. Now, one of my favorite customers' dream machines is Keith's Jeep. Keith took a lot of time, and he even got a custom-made rag top for the back with a clear plastic window, and he's even got turn signals, and it handles great on the rocks. Again, Keith went with Vanquish products to make sure he had lots of steering, lots of weight up front, and the truck works really well. and it looks right at home on the rocks as well. Well, now's your chance to go and build your dream machine. I'm going to clean these guys up. You stay tuned for more RCTV.
Whether you drive, splash, or fly, do it all with Manitoba's one-stop hobby shop. We stock cars, trucks, boats, planes, helicopters, rockets, models, and tools. At Eliminator RC, we support what we sell. We're Canada's largest stocking hobby supplier with a 13,000 square foot showroom, jam-packed with over 100,000 parts, which means unmatched part support. Can't make it down to the store? No problem. We'll get you back in the game fast. Log on to e-rc.ca or phone 1-800-870-6346 to place your order.